Hey guys, how's it going? Once again, we are back, and today I want to talk about Jack Grealish to Manchester City for 100 million. I know this isn't official. I know this was like from a day or two ago, but I just need to talk about this. I think it's a crazy topic. I think it's really cool, and it's something fun to talk about. And we're gonna jump right into things here, guys, and talk about Jack Grealish to Manchester City. Do I think it'll happen? Unfortunately, yes. I do think Jack Grealish will go to Manchester City. Do I think it's gonna be 100 million? Yeah, I don't think Aston Villa is going to ask for anything less. I think if it's going to be anything less, it's going to be 90 million like minimum. I could see him going higher than 100 million. I think Jack Grealish is that good of a player, really, guys. If you look at what Jack Grealish has done at the Euros alone, he's hardly played in the games he has. The game he did play in against the Czechs, he had a beautiful assist to set up Raheem Sterling. And first half, they kept feeding him the ball, and he kept creating loads of chances, kept playing beautiful football, running at the back line, creating chances, winning fouls, winning free kicks. And then the second half, it dried up because he didn't get the ball to him. I wonder why England stopped playing creative football. That's because the ball didn't go through Jack Grealish. If you give Manchester City Jack Grealish, the league is gone. It's Let's also talk about Harry Kane. I'll make a separate video about Harry Kane going to Manchester City, but Jack Grealish to Manchester City for 100 million. I think it's gonna happen, and it makes me sad because I think Jack Grealish is a Manchester United type of player. I think he has the Manchester United DNA in him by the style of football he plays, the way he acts on and off the field, the stature he carries himself, um, just the pride he plays for the badge, and how his work rate is, and he's such a well, not emotional player, but just on and off the field, how he works for that badge. I know he's an Aston Villa boy, born and raised, such a played for the club, captain of the club, but I feel like the way he just carries himself and the pride he has and the way he fights for the badge is unbelievable. And if he does that at another team, I just feel like if he went to United, it's a United style of play he plays like. He reminds me of players from past. I know you guys can probably think of them yourselves, but Grealish just fits the United kind of play style for me, and I wish he'd become United, but I don't think we will get him since it's almost 100% that we're getting Jadon Sancho now. But Manchester City signing Jack Grealish, he would be the Premier League's most expensive signing. He'd be the most expensive English player signing. He would be Pep Guardiola's most expensive signing. Jack Grealish would be setting a tone in the Premier League for a new era, really. And this would be showing how good Jack Grealish is, how good his quality is, and just really the player he is. So, signing a player for 100 million is a statement. There's only been a handful and maybe a couple more of players to go for 100 million. Guys, top of your head: Neymar, Griezmann, Mbappe. Those type of players go for 100 plus million. Like your Sancho probably eventually will, and guys like that who go for 100 plus million. And the fact that we got an English player, Jack Grealish, who is 100 plus million player is unbelievable, and it's something you just don't think of every day. And do I think he's worth 100 million? Of course I do. I don't think he should be going for less than 100 million. And the thing is, does it benefit Aston Villa? For me, I'm obviously not a huge Villa supporter. I like Villa. They're not my number one club. But if I'm looking from a neutral's point of view at Villa, yes, losing Jack Grealish will hurt you. But I think 100 million in the long run, if you spend it wisely and don't just piss it all away on a bunch of different signings like Tottenham did with Gareth Bale's money back when they sold him, if you spend it wisely like Liverpool did with the Felipe Coutinho money, or if you spend it smartly like Leicester City did with the Harry Maguire money. If Aston Villa can go out and spend 100 million wisely, 20 million here in a player, 20 million there, 30 million purchase, you can make a very, very good, solid team that can push for Europa League. They already got an amazing base for a team, and selling Jack Grealish and getting 100 million is just a big bonus for them. They're already talking about getting Tammy Abraham, and that looks like that's going to happen. But 100, would it leave Aston Villa in a better spot? For me, yes and no. Like I said, yes, because if they purchase the right players, if they spend the money smartly, yes, it'll be 100 million is obviously good for a team of that stature. But on the other hand, no, it isn't a good transfer for them because they're losing their club captain, their boyhood player, Jack Grealish, a guy who plays his heart out. He works for the badge. He doesn't stop playing. He's the reason they're still in the Premier League, the reason they didn't get relegated, the reason they're top half. I can't remember if they were top half, but they sure as hell played like it for most of the season, especially when they beat Liverpool 7-2. That made my year. But just talking about like Manchester City getting Jack Grealish. I personally don't know how they line up, where Grealish starts, how they line. For me, it'll be interesting to see how City line up until we see them get a recognizable number 9. You won't really be able to say they're going to line up like this. He might do this. You can speculate a lot. You could say De Bruyne's going to play the false 9. You could say Bernardo Silva. Who knows? Bernardo Silva might be leaving too. There's so much going on around Manchester City that you can't really predict a starting lineup. All you can predict is Jack Grealish will start. Like I said, he's going to be the most expensive signing for the Premier League English football players and for Pep Guardiola. You could ask, like, say if you guys are asking me in the comments, well, which one's more impressive to you of which like of his most expensive signings? And I think being named Pep Guardiola's most ever expensive signing is probably one of the most honorable things you could ever have. There's your top coaches, your Jose Mourinho's, your Jurgen Klopp's, your Pep Guardiola's, your Sir Alex Ferguson's, Rafael Benitez, Carlo Ancelotti's, those kind of managers. And everyone loves Pep. Everyone puts Pep on such a high pedestal. And to be named Pep Guardiola's most ever expensive signing is something he's going to play with heart and on his shirt. He's going to give it all he has because that's just the kind of player Jack Grealish is. And the fact that you're going to be named Pep Guardiola's number 1 ever signing like for money is unbelievable. Pep Guardiola doesn't go out and splash 100 million on players. Manchester City doesn't go out and splash 100 million on players. You've seen this in years gone by. It'll be 40 million, 60 million on Rodri. 80 million to Ruben Diaz was an exception. And when he cried and did the farewell for Sergio Aguero, you could see the emotion, and after he said no player will ever fill that role or fill the gap that Sergio Aguero was leaving at the club. He really meant it. But when you have to go out and buy a player for 100 million of Jack Grealish's stature, and the fact that City are doing this, and the fact that Pep Guardiola wants Jack Grealish, he's not saying we'll get a couple 40, 50 million players again to just rebuild and fix up things. He's saying, no, I want Grealish. I want to fix the problem. I want to solve it now and done story. And that for Jack Grealish is a huge confidence booster. The fact that you're going to get one of probably the best manager in the world for me personally to go out there and put his neck on the line for you and say, you're my 100 million player. I'm putting my job on the line for you. You're my guy and you're the guy I'm going to trust. And the fact that he's going to have the backing of the manager right when he walks in the door is huge for Jack Grealish. He's already walking in there feeling himself. He's already knowing, okay, I'm joining Manchester City. I'm leaving my hometown club, Aston Villa. But the fact he's walking in already having the manager backing him, and maybe he doesn't know that. Maybe people might be just thinking, yeah, he's just getting signed like another player. For me, no, he's not. He's getting signed by the best manager in the world for his largest ever fee in the Premier League. Like, you got the backing of the manager right there. You got the backing of the best manager in the world. And I think I've always wanted to see Jack Grealish in the Champions League. I'm not going to leave that out. He's like my favorite player in the world, Jack Grealish. And I think he needs to be playing in the best teams, the best league, showing what he's got. Because I think he's up there with some of the best players in the world on his day. And I just don't think he's talked about enough at Aston Villa. And at City, he will get his limelight. And I can't wait to see it actually happen, guys. But I'll be having lots of videos on Jack Grealish and talking about him at the Euros and talking about this potential Manchester City transfer. But for now, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. It's been quite a long one. I'm not used to making these long ones for you guys. Keep it short and sweet. But guys, hope you enjoyed the bit of a longer one. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Hit the sub button, hit the like button if you made it this far. I love you guys, and you guys are true watchers of the channel. But thanks guys, and I'll be back for another one very soon. Peace.